Antarctica, the southernmost continent, is a land of extremes. It is the coldest, driest, and windiest place on Earth. A vast expanse of ice and snow that stretches as far as the eye can see. This remote and inhospitable land holds many secrets, some of which are only now being uncovered by scientists and explorers. It is a place of breathtaking beauty with towering glaciers, vast ice shelves, and a landscape that seems almost otherworldly. The ice here is ancient, some of it dating back hundreds of thousands of years, and it holds a record of Earth's climate history. Despite the harsh conditions, Antarctica is home to a surprising array of wildlife. Penguins, seals, and a variety of seabirds have adapted to the extreme environment, thriving in the icy waters and on the frozen land. These animals are a testament to the resilience of life in even the most challenging conditions. However, this frozen wilderness is facing an unprecedented threat. It is melting at an alarming rate. The ice that has stood for millennia is now breaking apart, and the consequences of this are far-reaching and potentially devastating. The consequences of this melting are dire, not just for Antarctica, but for the entire planet. As the ice melts, it contributes to rising sea levels, which can lead to flooding in coastal areas around the world. This is not just a problem for the future, it is happening now, and the effects are already being felt. The ice sheet of Antarctica holds about 70% of the world's fresh water. This massive reservoir of ice plays a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate, reflecting sunlight and helping to keep the planet cool. If this ice were to disappear, the effects on global temperatures would be profound. If all of this ice were to melt, it would cause a catastrophic rise in sea levels, flooding coastal cities and displacing millions of people. The economic and social impacts of such a disaster would be enormous, affecting communities and economies around the globe. The displacement of millions of people would lead to a humanitarian crisis of unprecedented scale. Entire communities would be forced to relocate, and the strain on resources and infrastructure would be immense. The world would have to come together to address the challenges posed by such a massive upheaval. The melting of Antarctica is not a distant threat. It is happening now, and it is accelerating. Scientists are working tirelessly to understand the changes taking place and to find ways to mitigate the impact. The future of this frozen giant, and indeed the future of our planet, depends on the actions we take today. The primary driver of Antarctica's melting is global warming. This phenomenon is caused by the increasing concentration of greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere. These gases, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, trap heat from the sun, preventing it from escaping back into space. This trapped heat causes the Earth's average temperature to rise, leading to a cascade of effects, including the melting of glaciers and ice sheets. As temperatures rise, the delicate balance of Antarctica's ecosystem is disrupted. The greenhouse effect is a natural process that is essential for life on Earth. It helps regulate our planet's temperature, keeping it habitable. However, human activities have significantly increased the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, leading to an enhanced greenhouse effect. This enhanced effect is responsible for the rapid warming we are currently experiencing. The consequences are particularly pronounced in polar regions like Antarctica, where even small temperature increases can have dramatic effects on ice melt. The primary source of these excess greenhouse gases is human activity, particularly the burning of fossil fuels such as coal oil and natural gas. These fuels release large amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases when burned. Deforestation, industrial processes, and agriculture also contribute significantly to greenhouse gas emissions. Reducing our reliance on fossil fuels and transitioning to cleaner sources of energy is crucial to mitigating the effects of global warming. We must act now to reduce our impact on the planet and preserve Antarctica for future generations. Section 5. Victims of the thaw, Antarctic wildlife in danger. The melting of Antarctica is having a devastating impact on the continent's unique wildlife. The rapid changes in temperature and ice cover are altering the very fabric of this fragile ecosystem. Penguins, seals, whales, and other creatures that depend on sea ice for breeding, feeding, and resting are losing their habitat. These animals have evolved over millennia to thrive in the harsh conditions of the Antarctic, but now they face unprecedented challenges. As the ice melts, these animals are forced to travel further for food, putting their survival at risk. The increased distance and energy expenditure make it harder for them to find enough food to sustain themselves and their young. The loss of sea ice also disrupts the food chain, affecting the entire Antarctic ecosystem. Krill, tiny crustaceans that are a vital food source for many marine animals, rely on sea ice for their survival. Without the ice, krill populations decline, leading to a ripple effect throughout the food web. The disappearance of krill has cascading effects on the species that depend on them, including fish, birds, and larger marine mammals. This disruption can lead to a decline in biodiversity and the collapse of the intricate balance that has sustained life in the Antarctic for centuries. Scientists are working tirelessly to understand the full impact of these changes and to find ways to mitigate the damage. Conservation efforts are crucial to protect these vulnerable species and preserve the unique Antarctic ecosystem. As the ice disappears, so do the krill, with cascading effects throughout the food web. The future of Antarctic wildlife depends on our ability to address climate change and protect this vital region from further harm. Section 6: Rising Tides, the global impact of melting ice. The melting of Antarctica's ice sheet is a major contributor to rising sea levels. As the ice melts and flows into the ocean, it increases the volume of water, causing sea levels to rise globally. This rise in sea levels poses a significant threat to coastal communities around the world. Low-lying areas are particularly vulnerable, facing the risk of increased flooding, erosion, and even permanent inundation. The economic and social consequences of rising sea levels are immense, potentially displacing millions of people and causing billions of dollars in damage. Section 7: A call to action. We can make a difference. The situation in Antarctica is a stark reminder of the urgent need to address climate change. We must act now to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and transition to a more sustainable way of life. This is not just a problem for scientists and policymakers. It is a challenge that requires a global effort. Each one of us has a role to play in protecting our planet. By making changes in our daily lives, we can collectively make a difference. Section 8: Sustainable practices, small changes, big impact. There are many things we can do to live more sustainably and reduce our impact on the environment. Choosing energy-efficient appliances, reducing our reliance on cars, and conserving water are all simple yet effective steps we can take. Supporting businesses and organizations that prioritize sustainability is another way to make a difference. By making conscious choices and adopting eco-friendly habits, we can contribute to a healthier planet for ourselves and future generations. Section 9: A hopeful future, preserving Antarctica for generations to come. The future of Antarctica, and indeed the planet, depends on the choices we make today. The icy continent, with its vast, pristine landscapes, is a barometer for the health of our planet. As the ice melts and the climate changes, we are witnessing the profound impact of human activity on this fragile environment. The choices we make now will determine the fate of this unique ecosystem. While the challenges are significant, it's important to remember that there is still hope. Scientists and researchers are working tirelessly to understand the complexities of climate change and to develop strategies to combat its effects. Their dedication and passion are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. By supporting their efforts, we can contribute to a brighter future for Antarctica and the world. By acknowledging the urgency of the situation and working together to implement solutions, we can slow the rate of global warming and mitigate its effects. International collaboration is key, as the challenges we face are global in nature. From reducing carbon emissions to protecting natural habitats, every action counts. Renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power offer a sustainable path forward. Community initiatives like tree planting and conservation projects also play a crucial role in preserving our environment. Preserving the awe-inspiring beauty and ecological integrity of Antarctica is a responsibility we owe to ourselves, to future generations, and to the planet we call home. diverse wildlife, from penguins to seals, and the stunning landscapes are treasures that must be protected. By fostering a deep connection with nature and promoting environmental stewardship, we can inspire others to join us in this vital mission. Let us rise to the challenge and create a sustainable future for all. Together, we can make a difference. By educating ourselves and others, advocating for policy changes, and making conscious choices in our daily lives, we can ensure that Antarctica remains a beacon of hope and resilience for generations to come. The time to act is now, and the power to create change lies within each of us.